Welcome to the Borders Railway. This is a train line that travels from Edinburgh Waverley all the way down to Galashiels and Tweedbank in the Scottish borders. Today we're going to go and explore one of the lesser known towns on the Borders Railway. It's called Stow, and I'm going to answer the question today, why on earth does the Borders Railway stop at Stow? Train travel tip. On the Borders Railway there's no first class service, but they often run trains that have a first class section. So if you bag one of these trains you can sit in a first class seat for the price of a standard class fare, which means bigger seats and a 2x1 configuration instead of the standard 2x2.
This is Stow. This train is on.
Well, the journey from Edinburgh down to Stow is about 40 minutes, but today we got on at Newcraighall, so the journey was a briefer 25 minutes. We're here in the Scottish borders, so let's go and explore Stow. I need to watch my pronunciation. It's definitely Stow, but there is a Stow down in England, so I keep getting them mixed up. Stow, Stow, Stow. Wow, have a look at this station house. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Oh, I love this plaque. It describes the history of the Borders Railway quite succinctly. The Borders Railway originally stretched from Edinburgh all the way down to Carlisle in England, but it was closed in 1969 as part of the infamous Dr. Beeching cuts, when he just wiped out so many local railways. In 2015, however, they reopened the Borders Railway down to Tweedbank, less than halfway to Carlisle, I guess. And this station building was renovated, and it's now part of the Stow community. We're 41 miles from Edinburgh, so actually we're out in the sticks a bit here. And as we walk down into the town, I can see that it's actually quite a small place, but it's very pretty, isn't it? And over there, one of our ports of call, the church, and down beside the church, that's one of the things I'm really keen to see. It's a really ancient historical bridge. What a gorgeous spot. I think this is called Gala water. And on the other side of the bridge, more rolling hills and sheep. Actually, I bet there are more sheep in Stow than there are people. Oh, just ahead of us, I can see the town hall. I've seen some photographs of this. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yep, that's the town hall up ahead of us. But first of all, we've got that church, and just over here, Stow War Memorial. Just look at this architecture. Absolutely gorgeous buildings, aren't they? Here in Stow, there are actually two historical churches, the old Kirk and, as you would expect, the new Kirk. So let's go and have a look at the old one first. Are we allowed to go inside here? Well, the gate's open. There are no entry signs. Let's go check it out. Stow's full name is Stow of Wedale, and the old Kirk behind me was originally consecrated back in 1242, St Mary's of Wedale. There's definitely some power of history here, isn't there? This is absolutely gorgeous. Feel the power of history. Have to duck. This is truly fascinating. And maybe there's more. Yeah, just outside the Auld Kirk is this, the Bishop's Palace. This was originally a manor house built for the Bishop of St Andrews back in the 15th or the 16th century. Well, we've seen the old, let's go and check out the new. And this is the new St Mary of Wedale. Doesn't that look grand? Right next to all that scenery. Incredible location. What a beautiful spire. Well, the new St Mary's is really impressive, isn't it? What a gorgeous church. All right, next port of call, just down here. It's that old bridge across Gala water. Well, this is the Packhorse Bridge, or more affectionately known as the Pack Bridge, over Gala water. It was built in 1654, such a long time ago, and it's one of the earliest examples of a toll bridge, a subscription bridge as it was called in those days. And that's one of the reasons why Stow was so prosperous in medieval times, because of this bridge and the price people paid to cross it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's safe for us to cross over the Pack Bridge. It's actually fenced off. We can actually get down onto the riverbank just near the bridge, but I think this is about as close as we're going to get. But it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Just look at the scenery beyond Stow. That is magnificent. I bet this would be a really nice place to live. Not too far from Edinburgh, easily accessible, but right out where it's quiet and peaceful. Well, our final port of call here in Stow is the Town Hall, but I also believe there's one cafe here in town, and I'm absolutely gasping for a drink, so let's check out the cafe as well. Well, the town hall looks almost like a little castle, doesn't it? It was built in the classic Scottish baronial style, made out of rubble masonry and finished off with ashlar stone, apparently, completed in 1857. So another really historic building. I think it looks fantastic. Okay then, coffee time. Cloud House Gallery and Cafe. Oh, that's a shame. The Cloud House Cafe is closed. Actually, I was just talking to a local there, and it's actually a bank holiday in Scotland today. Do you know, I've lived in Scotland for over 30 years and I still don't understand the bank holiday system. Anyway, the shops and the cafes are closed. That's a shame. I'll have to wait until I get back into Edinburgh. Well, now we've seen Stow, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. What a pretty little town. Now, I asked the question at the beginning of the vlog, why on earth does the Borders Railway stop at Stow? Now, I did wonder about this because when they built or they rebuilt the Borders Railway back in 2015, most of the towns on the route were effectively commuter towns. And the aim was to relieve the traffic congestion and get people to use the train into Edinburgh rather than using their cars. And that's worked to a certain extent. But Stow doesn't seem to have much of a population. There are no modern housing estates here and very, very few people. So I did wonder, why is there a station at Stow? Perhaps they think there's going to be growth in the future. Maybe they will build some housing estates. But do you know what? I'm so glad that the train does stop here at Stow, because for such a small little town, there's a lot of historical stuff to see. Now, I think most of the people who will get on the Borders Railway from Edinburgh down to Galashiels and Tweedbank will probably speed through Stow without giving it even a second glance. But please, if you're on the Borders Railway heading to Galashiels, get off at Stow, have a look round. The trains are every hour. You could conceivably get off the train, spend an hour in Stow, and then get back on the next train an hour later and continue your journey down to Galashiels in the Borders. It's really worth having a look round. What a beautiful Borders town this is. Well, we're back here at Stow Station, waiting on the train to take us back in towards Edinburgh. And of course, I'm going to get off at Newcraighall, which is where we started today's journey. And I'm absolutely gagging for that coffee when I get back. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Rog Vlog. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until the next one, remember, there's always something to see. So get out there and find it.